G'day viewers, I did a bit of equipment autopsy with some stuff I don't really need. This is an indicator switch, VN, does your indicators, and you flip it back, high beam, low beam for your lights. So yeah, that's turned right, push it up, which doesn't work properly, and it turns left. So I'm going to pull the top cover off and see how these little switches work. Basically what I do is there's like a circuit that controls your flasher for your indicator lights, and a set of switch contacts here for your high beam and low beam for your lights. And it taps off these when you pull the lever back to flash your lights to warn a driver. So either way, just pop those couple of clips off and pop that cover off and see what's inside. And that's a little rubber grommet that goes on the side there, goes to the steering column. So viewers, these are all springs in here. Once you pull those apart, you're probably not going to have much luck getting them back together, so if this is a good switch, don't pull it apart. This is a junk one anyway, so it doesn't matter. So contactor there, that contact scrapes on, I think, these ones in here, which are these. So there's one there, and they just these are a bridge across these, the indicators. There's these contacts here, which I think, a bit hard to tell now it's all falling apart. They go across here, which is this back terminal, and that bridges over through this little lever here, which yeah, flashes your lights. Push this back, and that jumps across to here, I think. Yeah, completes the circuit. There's a little stabiliser up here which holds this thing centre. Yeah, it's just a bunch of contacts and springs, that's all they are. Like many things in cars, they just, once you pull them apart, they're hard to put back together. So a little brass roller on there with a spring behind it. Also got a half disassembled thermostat from a freezer. It's the part that has a capillary tube attached to it and goes in the freezer cabinet, and that just has a gas in it that expands and contracts to the temperature of your freezer. This pushes on this brass bellows, or bladder, whatever you want to call it. Proper name for them is a bellows. And that would press on here. And that alters this little pin, which is adjustable, and that pin hits on this contactor. And that's the electrical half of it. So it pushes on that. Tells the freezer to come on at a certain temperature, and switches on according to whatever expands in there, whichever temperature. So by adjusting this, it has like a little cam on it, and it just moves this little thing here slightly in or out, so it makes this harder to press against that, in other words, mechanically. Turn that, and it should be a little, you can see in there, slowly moves this outwards or inwards. There's a big spring under that, and that's all it is. Pretty simple how they work. Another little pin there to adjust it. It's been set from the factory. There's your switch, if I can get some good light in there so you can see. Yeah, pretty simple. And there's this. So I pulled out of the old man's generator. Doing some repair work on a dried fruit rack. Running a 20 amp rotor through a 15 amp generator, which is not a good idea, but I had no choice. And this is the only thing protecting the generator. This is just a little circuit breaker like you have in your power boards. This is more of a commercial one, or slightly bigger. The brand is Sang Mao, made in Taiwan, 250 volt, 60 Hz, I think it's a 12 amp breaker. The one I put in there was a 15 amp breaker, but it's designed to trip on 10 amps, so better protect the generator anyway. So take this sticky tape off. I've already had this apart before and have a look at it. I'll see how this works. And that's what's inside this. It also smells, you can see where it arced. So when you overload one of these, all it is just a little heat sensitive metal strip that pops, breaks that contact, and this little thing here springs out. Has a lobe on it that jams up between those contacts. It holds that open. So when you press that button, then it resets. As you can see, the thing got bloody hot. It destroyed the little plastic tab, which is supposed to go out to about here. And that sits in between these contacts when this resets, making it manually operated. Having it like this, without this, will make it automatically trip on and off. So this is more for extra safety. So if I get a heat source and heat this up, it should pop and break that contact. There you go, it just popped. When it cools down, it closed. Simple. All this thing here is just a safety interlock, making it manually reset. So there you go.